In this video, we're going to be looking at the front and side garden for March of 2025. This marks the beginning of the last month of 3 years worth of monthly garden tours. And I'm so excited because today we are going to look at, oh my, what a difference a month makes. It's beautiful out here. Let's go take a look. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. Hello and welcome to Bowtie Life. I'm Bowtie Dave. We are in the Bowtie Gardens and we are in, like I said before, March of 2025. We have been doing this for 35 months and here we go with number 36. It's kind of exciting. This is my own garden journals, my own record of what's happening each month in the garden. And, well, I'm just a little excited today because there is so much life starting in the garden. And so the theme today, we're going to be looking at how much difference a single month can make in the garden. And I know some of you are seeing changes in the garden and it's exciting, and suddenly I'm beginning to feel like, oh, there's hope for the next year. Even though we may be a little bit behind in some areas, there's still hope. So we're going to go through and look at what is growing now, what is starting to show signs of a lot of life. And I don't know if you can see what's right here. There's a lot of green right here next to me. But yeah, so we're going to have, we are on a property in the middle of Destin, Florida. It's 100 feet wide, 106 feet deep. It is not a big property, people. You can do this anywhere. Not only is this not a big property, the little 14-foot patio that we started gardening on, coming up on 6 years ago now, is where we grew a lot of our food. 14 feet, people. It doesn't take much to grow your own food. And the biggest thing is just try something. And I try to encourage people about that all the time. 100 by 106 foot property. We're going to take this map and we're going to put it into the corner. This is the front of the house. And I do show the front of the house because we have several beds out here that we grow stuff in. We grow okra and figs and flowers and Luffa and peas and all kinds of stuff up here that's very exciting to see. This is just the beginning though. This leads into the backyard where most of the crops are growing. So be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any of the other garden tours. Just so you know, this little symbol right here with the circle here, the circle represents where on the property the camera is. The arrow represents the direction the camera is pointing, so you can kind of get an idea of where we're talking about. We did get some rain this morning, which is very exciting. You can see on the wagon and possibly the wheelbarrow over here, we actually got an inch of rain this morning. We woke up, we had a little bit of real light misty rain overnight, barely traceable. I couldn't measure. And then after we woke up and started drinking our coffee, it really started to rain. We got a full inch. It's very exciting. Fresh watering. Even though I irrigated the front yard, of course, it came after the irrigation cycle. So, yeah, I'm ready to take a look at what is changing in the garden. And there's a couple of things that have not, but we are, and folks, I'm learning patience. I'm cultivating patience this year. Tell me if you're cultivating patience and what you're doing this year, or if you're just impatient to get out there. Kanisha, I know you have just done a whole lot of work. It's very impressive. Your chicken coops out there. We're not moving that fast this year since we're doing a house remodel, and I'm doing it myself. So, yeah, a little bit of slowdown there. Why don't we just get right on into the southeast corner of the property. And of course, our wood chip pile that needs to be taken out. This will be leveled pretty soon because it's going to go here in the new okra patch. And we're going to be growing a lot of okra here. I'm very excited. We're going to use a Florida weave on okra. But we come immediately up to our very first, what a difference a month makes, with our pomegranate tree. This is the front yard pomegranate tree, and I have not cut the suckers off of this thing. I'm gonna have to get that done. Now folks, I know I joke about my ADD gardening ways. It's not a joke. It's generally how gardening gets done in our garden. So here I am thinking I should have done this weeks ago. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just get it done and move on, right? That's what we all do. So yes, folks, it's a weird way of gardening, but it's me. I did want to show you, first of all, the leaves here. I mean, these things are starting to come out so strong. This thing is going to be covered here pretty soon. Now that we've stopped taking the energy off to other suckers at the bottom, this thing should be producing some decent pomegranates this year. It's narrowed down to 2 trunks. That trunk splits into 2. I trimmed up a bunch of the lower branches. This thing is beautifully clean. I didn't clean off any of the crossing branches yet. I may not. We'll have to see. Anyway, I do want to point out this Florida Betany, this little weed down here. And this is new, folks, for me. It's this little thing right here, and they grow prolifically. But if you dig these up, if you go take a fork, loosen the soil, and pull these up, you end up with root tubers like this. And they're not very big, but let me tell you something. I was over at a neighbor's house, and he was digging these up, and I started looking them up to identify them, and I saw that they're edible. And then it says it's a pleasing, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen here, what it described, the crunch. It was supposed to be very pleasing, and so we started eating them. And let me tell you something. Got just a slightly sweet flavor to it. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but it's good. In fact, I just gave some to Mrs. Bowtie, and she agreed. Those might be good on a salad. Some days it just amazes me what we call weeds can provide us food. You know, even if we look down here in the grass, we have dollarweed. Now, dollarweed is not a very tasteful thing, but we also have down in here dichondra, which I don't know if I have any dichondra growing in this part of my yard, but it does grow a lot. Dichondra is edible, and it's amazing what we can get out of just this stuff, you know? So anyway, we're moving right along. We, of course, have the rosemary. We have a pot full of Florida Betany and a wasp right there. So, yeah, the Florida Betany is coming up everywhere like it normally does. I never knew it was edible, though. It's all about the terminology. I just heard an interview between Garden Like a Viking and Sean from Edible Acres. I'll put the link in the description index below. But yeah, it was very cool. It's just, you know, a weed isn't a thing, isn't an identified thing, other than it's just something not where you want it. That's it. So we have our brown turkey fig. We're going to have to do some working on this. We'll have a video on this one because I want to get this thing in the ground. I'm really tired of not having this resolved, and we have enough room on the property line, which is actually right about here, to get this tree planted and growing. So let's go over, well, lavender, folks. Does anybody know what I'm supposed to do with this? Tell me in the comments below, please. And yes, I know it looks like we still have our winter decorations out. Yes, we do. Because, folks, it is still winter. It is winter until something like March 20th. And so I like that. I like the real winter end date. The true winter solstice. not the solstice, that's the spring equinox. Yeah, so I have always followed that, and I'm going to continue. Now, we do have our mums, our chrysanthemums growing here. They are coming out green. They're going to be looking lush here pretty soon. You'll notice a pile of bricks over here. We have a project for this area right here coming real soon. Stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss a thing. I do want to show you this. Our azaleas are starting to look beautiful. I am so excited with this. One of these years I want to feed this and see what happens with this hedge when I feed it and see if it really comes about. Look, the person who created this hedge just has several different kinds of plants all through here, several colors, and I love it. We love color, and it just really fits our personality. I think that's a ligustrum right there, or is that an azalea? Oh no, I see the ligustrum down further. Those are boxwoods right in there. A couple more azaleas, and then I'm going to walk down to the other end of the hedge, not like I don't normally do. And you can see those white flowers in the distance? That's the ligustrum. Now, if you have pollen allergies, the ligustrum may be your enemy, but this little stretch of ligustrum right here, just this little piece, will be solid white here pretty soon. I wouldn't mind taking some cuttings of this and doing something else with it. I wonder if I can do that like I did the Carolina jasmine. That might be a fun experiment. Any ideas? We did cut a big ligustrum out of our backyard a while back, a couple years ago. It was getting too big. Anyway, another azalea, I believe. No flowers on this one. Is this an azalea, or is this feels different? Okay, that's not an azalea, that's something else, whatever this is here. So yes, you can see this morning's water. A little bit of rain fell. I love it when the bird bath is full. It is a place where the birds gather. However, I do see I really need to get this thing cleaned out. Someone's been peeing in there. And we come around here to the back pollinator garden. We're going to start back here today. We have a lot of amaryllis, all these big broadleaf plants. This is all amaryllis. There's a big cluster of them here. In fact, if I come down here, we're going to look at the root, or the bulb down here. Yep, there's a bulb right there. That is a very large bulb. Oh, here's the mother bulb. Yeah, that's the one right there. Look how big that is. I can barely reach my fingers around it. That is enormous. We'll need to break this one up pretty soon and get more amaryllis. We actually broke another one up a while back. I'll try to link a video in the description at this point in the index. And as we actually covered this whole area back over here with amaryllis. It's very exciting that they're still coming up. Now I got to come in here and start pulling out some of these weeds, but it goes from somewhere over here, I think it must be just these two, all the way over to there. We planted out 5 or 6 of them, maybe 7 of them, I can't remember off the top of my head. But those things are still coming back, and they're starting to make more bulbs, and those bulbs will be able to spread out. We do have our Thai plants in here. We just did our video on trimming our Thai plants, and this was part of the things that are dying, part of the things that are trimming. And you can see right there, there's part of it right there. All these, now this one here was the trimmings from the previous year. See that right there? But these fresher ones, these are the trimmings from this year. And I'm wondering if I pull back enough here, will we see any, oh, what is that right there? Is that new growth? I cannot tell, but it sure looks promising. So these Thai plants will come back year after year. There's another one right down in there. Another one right down in there. We'll get these weeds pulled. I like having the weeds there because they kind of protect it from any cold coming, but folks, I think our cold is done. I don't think we're having any more cold. I say cold, anything below, 55, 50. This morning our low was 65 degrees. So talk about a month, what a difference a month makes. Look at the ligustrum. Remember, we just cut these back. You can see the video on it. Here, I'll see if I can play it on the screen real quick. But yeah, we trimmed these things back. And look at it now, folks. Look at how amazing that is. The center of these are starting to rot out like they normally do. Now this one over here is kind of falling apart. That was a fresh cut, but it's really falling apart. Interesting. These two here are looking, oh my goodness, I just uncovered another one coming out right there. And there's another one right there. So I'm going to be protecting this a little better this year and let this thing grow starting earlier. Last year, I think I made a mistake. I may have cut something or pulled something wrong. Let's go look at the other ligustrum over here. That one is a ligustrum solanaceae. This one is a ligustrum sanguinea. This one is a little more pinkish or reddish, and it's starting to come up. Looky there. See, there's a little shoot coming up there. We're going to watch for another one. Now, this one is 2 years younger than that one over there, so it will grow a little slower. It doesn't have the root development. We do have in here, I'm very excited to say, is, look at what a difference a month makes. We have our Chinese ground orchid, and this stuff looks fantastic. And the amazing thing is, let me see if I can get you in here nice and close. You can see the beginning of the first bud. So this thing, that kind of says it all. This thing is coming back. I'm very excited. This and the Wandering Jew is coming back. I want this thing to kind of wander around this bed. We'll be able to mow it when we need to. But yeah, this is kind of a happy plant for me too. Me and Mrs. Bowtie are looking for anything purple that we can do. There's a little purple there. This is purple. Purple and yellow are two colors. So this is actually a little redder than purple. Sanguinea, Brugmansia. That over there is the Solanaceae. It's yellow. So we have the purple and yellow. The onions, oh, the onions. We harvest onions. In fact, Mrs. Bowtie, she'll come out here herself and cut a few onions when she needs them. She needed a garnish recently. But these Egyptian walking onions, they are great. I don't see any of the walking stems coming out yet, but they will be coming soon. I'm so excited. Coming around here too. The next, what a difference a month makes. These are the yarrow. Now we've had a little bit of a discovery we're going to look at later about the yarrow, but last month this thing was not this big. And so you can see here, it is starting to grow. I am so excited. We have two plants here, and they are expanding. They are starting to do more. They're starting to grow. We're going to have more beautiful flowers. These things are thick, 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 thick. These things attract ladybugs and other beneficial insects. The really cool thing is that if you look right over here, this is a spreading out. This is another plant, whole nother plant. And then there's another one over there. So this area is going to be a mound of yarrow. Isn't that exciting? I am just thrilled to pieces. We come down here, we have our rain lily, and we have bulbs down here. There's actually some more up in here somewhere. I have not identified them. Oh, here's some right here. I think that's some right there. But we will be trying to get those growing again. They are not a tough plant, and they're from a friend. I really hate to see those go. The little yellow flags up there, of course, are the milkweed, and the orange flags are potential turmeric. We put that turmeric in early, but I was just very curious to see if it would grow by just sticking it in the ground and leaving it. We did, of course, get the above ground portions of our sunchokes cut out. We've had some out of this, used them in place of potatoes. They were wonderful. And of course, that artichoke that I was trying to kill is just going crazy. You try to get rid of a plant, that's when it takes off, right? Let that thing go for 3 years. I don't understand. I know I'm doing something wrong. Tell me what I'm doing wrong in the comments. I would love to hear. Anyway, so this is, again, what a difference a month makes. It's another yarrow. This thing was about this tall when we last looked at it. It's added several inches to it. There are several stems coming out with flowers. This thing is going to be amazingly beautiful. It's thick. It creates habitat for things like lizards. If I dig around in there long enough, a lizard will pop out. I like the lizards. They're wonderful. They help control insects. But yeah, yarrow, wonderful, wonderful plant to have. It's not only a good pollinator attractor, beneficials, it's also medicinal. So around the windmill from the yarrow, of course, here at the base, we have our more amaryllis, which I'm, again, very hopeful. I did some cleanup here. There's a lizard under here. Hey, buddy. Sorry. I take a little bit of your cover here. I have not cleaned this one up as good as recently. I did have it clean earlier, but they are growing strong. This one was looking a little bit bedraggled when it was still cold. We were still having those cold nights, but now you can see it is looking a whole lot better, and it should be shooting up its flower stalks here pretty soon. So that's nice and strong and ready to go. So that's going to be another good one. And of course we come around here to what a difference a month makes. And I've actually been saving this. We trimmed some of these branches. In fact, this was the main branch that I trimmed. It was right here, and I trimmed that off because it was kind of pointing toward the windmill. And so I did trim that one big branch. I trimmed a small branch that was crossing over, but look at the growth on this fig tree. It is so exciting to see these leaves coming out so strong and so beautiful and green. Oh my goodness, that's just amazing. And we are hoping that this is the year that it starts giving us a real amount of figs. Though I'm pretty sure I'm going to be harvesting figs from the parent tree of it. I say the parent tree, it's a clone because I took a clipping from it. But yeah, so it's kind of open in the middle here. Has a bit of a goblet shape there, you can see. Very pleased with how this tree is turning out. Oh, I see another little one down here that should probably get trimmed off. A.D.D. gardening. So our soil is still not quite hitting 70 degrees. Last I checked, we were probably in the mid-60s somewhere. And so the trees are not completely coming out yet, but if you look closely, I think I see a few buds. Nothing I can show with camera because that tree is too tall. That's the American Sycamore. It will be brimming with leaves once again, big old leaves. And then of course we have our crepe myrtle here. I notice a lot of these seed pods. This is a persistent crepe myrtle. I didn't know what it was until Jenny over at Gardening with Creekside told me one day, a long time ago. You can see there's a lot of these seed pods are missing. And there are still some. The birds love this thing. The birds are always in this tree eating, having a good old time. No real buds yet. I'll bet that changes by next month. Cypress. Then we come to our date palm. And the date palm, of course, is not creating dates right now. It's a little cold for it. I've been pulling dead branches. I do need to get up there and dress it. I would like to collect some dates this year. They say it's good for making jams. So, and I have done that once before. It's a pindo date. It's not the kind of date you would eat. In fact, if you eat one, you'd say, okay, that's got a flavor. It's very good. It's interesting. It's very different. You eat a second one. By the time you're done with the second one, you feel like you got a mouthful of dental floss, folks. What a difference a month makes. Isn't this something else? More amaryllis that we were talking about. Look at this big, huge bulb here in the middle. I'm going to have to break this one up next year. It is just getting huge. There's dozens of bulbs in here just aching to get out. This one here is a giant amaryllis, and you can see it starting with a second one out here. But this giant amaryllis, oh, I can't wait to see it. This will be the first year it blooms, and I have a feeling it is going to be beautiful. What a difference a month makes. We talked about this strawberry that's down here in the asparagus patch, and look at these strawberries. It is starting to have them. We're going to have to cover those up and make sure bystander doesn't take those on me. Yeah. So, more strawberries. We do have asparagus. We have eaten some of these, and you'll notice we actually have two clusters here. Does that mean we have two crowns? And each one of these crowns has asparagus shoots. One there, one there, one there. So two in each one. So I'm very excited that this thing is coming back. Asparagus, I've got to focus on this. This year, we're going to start planting some of those from seed. What a difference a month makes. I want to show you this next little patch up here. This is more yarrow. There used to be a yarrow plant right here, and you can see it. It's right here. And I thought it had disappeared. I actually mowed over it once, but that's okay. I took care of it, and it kind of is coming back a little bit. Then this spring, I mowed over it again because I lost it in amongst the tall grass. But the amazing thing is we showed this in a short not too long ago. Look, it's forking out here, 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 here. We're going to have this huge mound of yarrow. I hope this year it's actually going out that way. I can see now. And hopefully, I love that yarrow. I'd love to have a nice big mound of it right here. So we're out here in front of the front arch trellis. Does anybody know what's planted right there with that flag? Tell me in the comments below before I tell you here in a couple minutes. But yeah, that's a very special plant right there. I am about to come through here, weed all this, and we're going to plant our sugar snow peas. And we'll have sugar snow peas until the weather gets warm in this, on either side of this arch trellis. Yes, this tomato is still here. We have that one lowly tomato that never made it, never got green in time. The birds didn't even want it, so obviously it wasn't a good thing. And we still have back here, of course, our Dino kale. I want to get more of this growing this year. This is the tastiest kale I have ever tried. I wanted to like kale, it's healthy for you, but now that I've grown this Dino kale, it is tasty. And because it's been through the winter and has been cold, it actually has some nice, even more flavor to it. It's a little bit better. Now, I just did notice, this is interesting. Let me go over here to the other side because I just noticed something right over here. On the main plant, if you follow the trunk all the way down, I see we have what looks like maybe a sucker coming out. Anybody know about this? Will this grow into a new plant this year, or will it just be ready to bolt? I don't know what this means. Need some help here. That's interesting. So yeah, got a lot of weeds in here. Got a lot of turmeric planted around here. Over on the other side, we have a rosemary, one of our 3 rosemary plants, which I'm really pleased that we have here. And, oh, something growing through there. Oh, one of the wood sorrel. Yeah, some of that wood sorrel. That's a pretty flower, isn't it? If it wasn't so invasive, it might be quite pleasant. Oh, that smells so good too. Well, let's go ahead and take a look over this direction. Oh, before we go, this is our chocolate mint. It has a metal tag right here that says chocolate mint. And you can see it's coming back. I still need to clean this thing. I haven't done a good job in here yet. Every time I do these tours, I come in and get a little bit more. But you can see the chocolate mint is really starting to come out strong. We come on around here to the left side, and we're talking about what a difference a month makes. A lot of these dandelions are coming up, and I wanted to see, I'm very curious about this area right here. This is the area for the what is this called? It was a succulent that I had growing down here, and I don't know if it's going to come back this year. I see nothing indicating life here. Well, that's disappointing. I'm sure I didn't put it in a good place. All right, let's go on to the lantana. Is coming back very strong. This is a Mexican lantana. I was very excited when this came. I've been taking seeds off of this and planting them around in the hopes that they will propagate. I don't know if that's going to happen. And then we have what I am pretty sure is a dead citronella plant down here. Waiting to see if it's going to grow any more leaves. That is not it. So it might be gone. I might actually have to go buy myself one. That was a friend of mine gave me some cuttings. So the blueberries. Yes, we're coming around to the blueberries. I've skipped over one thing on purpose, but we're doing this theme of what a difference a month makes. And last month, these were just little tiny swellings on the ends of the sticks. And we are down to actual blooms on these blueberries. And I'm so excited. We thinned them out. I did spread that 6-pound bag of soil acidifier, and it is gone. I should have put another bag in here as well. This is 225 square feet of something like 13 or 14 blueberry plants. Let me see if I can zoom out here just a little bit. It's 24 feet across the back fence, and it's 18 feet out to here. And it's kind of a triangle shape. But we're looking forward to having the blueberries this year. There are bees in here. I'm very excited to see those back. And we will be in berries soon. And lastly, of course, we come down to the grape arbors. And you've probably already seen the video of when we trimmed this thing. It was a little bit hairy. It looked like quite a mess of dried sticks, and we've got them all cut back. Interesting thing is, nothing has happened yet, and we've started to get warmed up. We're starting to get 70-degree days. Still nothing on this. It's going to be another month before this thing starts showing sign of new growth, and it will come back again. I'm very interested to see. I did a huge change on this, and go back and look at that video on how to trim your grapevines that I just did. Used to be I was running 2 cordons off of each vine, and now I'm running just 1 cordon, and I'm hoping that that will do better on the production. It did actually okay. We could have made a few jars of jam with it, but yeah, I want to see if we can do better this year. So the grapevine is not changing yet. Not one of those things that says a difference of a month. Well, maybe we'll say that for this one next year. Anyway, we're coming down to the end of the tour here, and I do appreciate everyone watching. And if you have any experiences that you'd like to share about anything that we've looked at in here, please do. It's very exciting this time of year to see all the growth and new development. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If I don't know, I may be able to send you to someone who does know, or there might be someone else in chat who can answer the question very well. I've learned so much in the comments of these videos, and it's hard to express my gratitude for everybody that's shared their information. And you know, sometimes you have a question, and sometimes those questions make me say, oh, that's a good point, maybe I need to look at something. And I frequently do. It's a good source for me for learning. If you would like to help the channel, please feel free to click the like button and share this video with a friend. Also, be sure you're subscribed. All those who have subscribed to Bowtie Life, you've built it to what it is today, and I do appreciate every one of you. And that brings us down to the end, of course. Stay tuned, subscribe, because we're going to be doing the outer garden bed tour next, as far as the garden tours, the monthly garden tours. And yeah, y'all have a blessed day.